Hey, let me settle in with you for a moment, because talking about the Beosound Emerge after living with it for weeks feels less like describing a speaker and more like describing a change in atmosphere. The very first time I powered it on, there was this quiet confidence in the room. Not showy, not booming, just presence. The kind that makes you pause for a second because you didn't expect something this slim, this sculptural, to sound that immersive. If you're someone who notices texture, tone, and the feeling a space gives you, check the current price and stock while you listen. This might be the upgrade you've been circling around without realizing it. You know how you sometimes convince yourself your old speaker is fine? I did that for years. My old setup worked, but it never made me feel anything. Then the Emerge arrived. The moment I switched, it felt like I'd stepped out of a cramped, cluttered audio experience and into something intentionally crafted. Suddenly the mids were clean, the highs carried breadth and nuance, and the lows had warmth instead of mud. You hear details you didn't know your favorite songs were hiding. It's the moment you realize you've outgrown the compromise phase. And the relief that follows is real. You're no longer fighting your gear, tweaking settings, nudging the volume up and down. You turn it on and the sound simply fills your space with balance. Day after day, it becomes part of your life in ways you don't expect. Morning playlists feel softer and more grounded. Work sessions flow better because the sound stays defined even at low volume. Evenings carry weight and calm because the room finally has character. If you're still here, take a second mid-scroll to check stock and current pricing. Audio gear like this tends to disappear right when you finally want it. If you're doubting whether a slim speaker can deliver, trust me, I had the same thought. But that doubt dissolves the moment you hear how precisely it throws sound across a room. One surprise for me was how wide the stage feels. It doesn't sound like a small speaker. It sounds like the room is quietly expanding around the music. That's the kind of upgrade you don't forget. And this is where ownership pride sets in. You feel different having the Emerge in your home. It matches a taste level you might not have given yourself credit for. It's the kind of piece that blends into your decor yet quietly declares that you value experiences with depth, not just volume. Music takes on new softness. Details feel more deliberate. Your space gains identity. Songs feel closer and more human. Listening becomes something you look forward to. If I'm honest, the only downside is that everything else you own starts to feel a little plain next to it, and you'll want more of your setup to match this level of refinement. But comparison only gets you so far. At some point, you stop looping through alternatives and choose the one you already know you want. If you're ready to make your space sound the way it always should have, check the link and bring the Emerge home while it's still in stock.